And the Olympics been.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Brothas-in-law. If you're new to our channel, here on this channel, we talk about police-involved incidents that occur around the country, and we give our analysis on whether or not the officer acted as a reasonable officer. And we also take a look at the actions of the citizens to see if they have followed our acronym CALM, which stands for Comply, Answer Questions, Listen, and Move On. Would their situation have turned out differently? But hey, we all know that we're not going to be in agreement on a lot of things, but we're just here to point out a few things and right and wrong, and try to make sense of what happens. So again, welcome everybody to the show. And my name is Corey. I'm a former Virginia State Trooper and a retired Navy Chief Petty Officer. And my co-host is Mr. Michael Bradley. Welcome, my brother.
What's going on, A-Tone? I see you. I ain't seen you in a minute. So I see good to see you on here logged on. Delando, I see you logged on.
Hey.
Good evening. I'm Mike Bradley, co-host of the show. Retired patrol officer, law enforcement officer in Northern California for 26 years. And also a 6-year Army veteran. So good to be back. Good to have another one. It's always something to talk about. Always something that can be improved or explained. You know what I'm saying? So let's brace up. What's up, Jesus? Love you. I see you on here.
Hey. What's all up, right. Jesus? Love you. Yeah. All yeah. Right. That's the whole point of this, to break it down, to give a better explanation of why these incidents unfold the way they do. We're just trying to bring some sense to it. That's all. And to let everybody know that, hey, you have a role to play in the traffic stop or whatever the call for service is. You have a role to play, and so does the officer. And we know we all ain't saints. There are bad officers out there, horrible officers out there. But at the same time, there are great officers out there who do what their community asks of them to do, and that's to protect and serve honestly and professionally. So if you're new to this channel and you're liking the content of this, please go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe button for us. We greatly appreciate it. And Mike, we'll go ahead and set this up and get the ball rolling.
All right. So this happened. This was it started off as a call for service in Florida earlier last year, in January of last year. And the reporting party called the cops on a black Charger who had been racing up and down her street. And she wanted to file a complaint about it. Now, this is a call that's very common in the neighborhoods, Corey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Very common reckless driver call or speeding call. Usually for calls that are generally traffic violations, what I do is I hear the complaint from the reporting party, and if it's something that I can actually take formal action on, I may do so. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, when you have a reporting party who just says this car is speeding up and down my street, the most I could do is talk to the guy and tell him that we received a complaint and about your speed. And what usually happens, they usually say, oh, it wasn't me. I don't speed up and down that street. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So since the citizen can't issue a ticket for speeding, at least without being an eyewitness to the driver, you know what I'm saying? I can't give this person a ticket. I can only tell them what the complaint was and why I'm contacting them. And I explained that to the reporting party court. Yeah. So I let them know up front that this is what can be done. I don't want to discourage them from calling on something like that, but this is what can be done. Now, This situation, Corey, takes a little bit of a turn because she starts reporting a little bit more than just speeding, and they end up finding the car and doing a traffic stop on the car. So here's the start of that video right now. Like I said, this is in Florida, January last year. And this is how it went down. This is the call for service. And this lady you're looking at here is the reporting party.
911 regarding an unmarked black Dodge Charger that had police sirens speeding through the neighborhood.
Perfect. So a second ago, you were just telling me you've seen, if you can describe the vehicle and everything.
It's a black Charger. It has the lights in the front, like your bars on your vehicle as well.
Hey, Mike, add it to the screen. Can't see it.
Oh, you can see the lights in there, though? You haven't seen them turn red and blue or anything? Okay.
And then he has the bars.
But I do here. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Here we go.
We just got it painted. It used to be like a black and white, old-time police car.
Okay.
And we just got it painted.
Let me start that over a little bit. Here we go.
Unmarked black Dodge Charger that had police sirens speeding through the neighborhood.
Perfect. So a second ago, you were just telling me you've seen, if you can describe the vehicle and everything.
It's a black Charger. It has the lights in the front, like your bars on your vehicle as well.
Like red and blue lights specifically? Or?
It just,
Oh, you can see the lights in there, though? You haven't seen them turn red and blue or anything? Okay.
And then he has the bars. His tent is super dark, so I can't see in the car.
Okay.
But we just got it painted. It used to be like a black and white, old-time police car.
Okay.
And we just got it painted. It's all black. And he has the sirens. He has when the police sirens sound. He came here on MLK Day, and the kids were sitting out here. He just sped past, and my daughter, we had to hold her because she was right here doing chalk.
Mm-hmm.
Some days when we're coming home from daycare, he just comes and speeds right by here.
So more than once, regular basis, comes through here, sirens going and stuff, or at least something that sounds like a siren.
Like maybe a week and a half ago.
Oh.
Before then, he was just speeding through all the time.
A couple times a day, you think? Or?
Yeah. I know, like sometimes it'd be early in the morning. I know I heard the sirens like on Tuesday, 6 in the morning, because I was getting my daughter ready for school. Outside of that, it's just usually morning and evening. They'll come flying through here.
Okay. And we want to try to definitely prosecute to the full extent of the law on our end and try to make sure this doesn't continue to happen where it's going to endanger us with people thinking an unmarked vehicle might not be a cop. That's what we don't want. Do you have, just real quick, can I get your name?
Okay, Corey, real quick. Let's be clear on what this call for service was about. Let's be clear on what this lady was actually reporting. She's reporting this Dodge Charger was speeding up and down the street, kind of like it was a police car, had some kind of siren sound on it. It had a light bar on it, although the light bar wasn't blue and red. Okay, it was a light bar where some citizens might mistaken you for a police car. You know what I'm saying? Some guys we know, they buy those cars and they make them look like police cars. We know that there's been several cases of people driving around pretending to be police. You know what I'm saying? Actually pulling people over. You know what I'm saying? Pretending to be police. So that's what the call for service is. Let's be clear on that.
Yep.
You know so here's the second part of this video. This officer does a traffic stop on this Charger that this lady is talking about. Here we go.
GB7 traffic stop 3629 Highland. 3629 Highland. It's gonna be a black Charger back then. I'll get you the tag here in a second.
Raise your hand.
know. He's like trying to get out, dude.
Roll the windows down. Roll the windows down. Roll the windows down.
You got that music blasting too.
All the way down.
Yeah. His windows are tinted, all of them. So that's why they want him to roll the windows down.
No, roll the window down.
And that's why they have their weapons drawn.
Yeah.
Driver, unlock the door.
I can't see shit. Unless...
Hard to see. Someone got an ask?
What is he busting my window for? What the fuck is he busting my window for? You can't that behind you. What is y'all doing? What is y'all doing? There's somebody in the car. What the hell is y'all doing? What the fuck is y'all doing?
You're under arrest.
Under arrest for what? I didn't do shit. What are you talking
Teach
about?
your man to have to give me to roll the window down.
Bitch is my fucking car. Stand up. What's going on with you? I don't have shit on me. Get the fuck out of my. What the fuck is that?
Stop. Stop. Knock it off.
I don't have shit on me. Exactly. I was already in the fucking yard.
Traffic stop.
It's not a traffic
It is a
stop.
traffic
You
stop.
threw your lights on when I was in the yard. Oh,
Matt, it's a
it's
traffic.
in the yard.
Traffic stop. You were given lawful command.
No, fuck you did not. No, you did not.
You create a safety issue for all of us because your window
No,
is 0%.
y'all created a
So yes,
safety.
I will break
Y'all-
this window out so I can see it.
Y'all created a safety issue for y'all self.
Don't lock.
I don't know. Dude, yeah. Here, my thing's up there. They're not, but we'll check them over at the car. Chad, grab that.
I don't have shit. Y'all
Grab
get the
it
fuck off me.
Stop.
Listen. I'm some people. I want to beat their ass so fucking bad.
You're not gonna.
I don't have shit on me. Get the fuck off me.
Just stop.
They always want to put a big shooter. Yep, fuck y'all do. Y'all been doing me all week. How you seen me before, bitch? Look at this face. Now you know me. Now you see me. I have shit on me. That's not gonna sit down. There's nothing in there.
Spread your legs.
I was on the Edison. Give me something. They followed me all the way from Edison for no fucking reason. I'm not gonna have to sit in there. There's nothing in here. Hey, Marvin, come down here and tell taking my car keys and my phone. You heard me? Yeah, she on her way right now. Tell her taking my car keys and my phone. There ain't shit in there. And you gonna pay for my window too.
No, I'm not.
You gonna pay for that.
No, I'm not.
I can promise you that.
I already did.
Ain't shit on me. What is you doing? Y'all ain't gonna find nothing on me. I don't smoke. I don't drink. What the f*** y'all want?
1-2 units
No, I'm gonna look this fucking way.
down on the Charger traffic stop.
That's my mom. Yeah, they really scared. They finna let me the fuck go.
It's a tag on
No,
that.
I'm not going to jail.
Two.
No, because they pissing me the fuck off. Let me fuck go. Let me. Y'all not stronger than me. Let fuck go.
Realize I couldn't hear you.
That's
Spread your legs. Dude, just relax.
no, because y'all piss me off with that shit. Y'all always with people. Don't solve the real crimes.
Yeah, stop for a second, Mike. All right, so up to this point, they conducted their traffic stop. They got the guy in his front yard, and the first thing he's not complying, right? We talk about the acronym of CALM, right? It stands for comply, answer questions, listen, to move on, right? First thing is comply. Why you gotta ask yourself, okay, you're the officer on scene, you roll up, and this guy is just sitting in the car. The windows are dark tinted, and you can't see inside the vehicle. All right, this is why you see the one officer, I think he probably was the cover unit, have his weapon drawn. Perfectly fine, right, Mike? You can't gotta be able to see inside the vehicle. All right. And they've asked him numerous times to roll down the window. Now, they're gonna attempt to break his window, as we saw, but finally he gets the door open and they snatch him out the car and put him in handcuffs. Now, first question is, they said that he was under arrest for obstruction. What are your thoughts on that, audience? Do you feel that is an appropriate charge, or do you think there shouldn't even be a charge? The officer's overreacting. What say you? Now, mind you, obstruction charge may be a little different in certain areas, but here in Virginia, you resisting the command of an officer, you're impeding his performance of his or her duty to properly arrest you. That is obstruction.
Yeah. Or if you don't follow the orders, the lawful orders of police, that is obstruction. Okay. And Corey, we talked about this before about tinted windows.
Oh, yeah.
Just real quick. Tinted windows, they may be legal in your state. You know what I'm saying? But understand they are a safety issue for the officers that's stopping you. That's why, for the most part, you hear people say, you hear instructors and stuff like that say, roll your windows down when you get pulled over. Because if you got tinted windows and the officer can't see, that's a safety issue. You could be inside that car pointing a gun right at me, ready to blast my head off. I don't know that because I can't see into your car. You know what I'm saying? Out here in California, tinted windows are illegal. You can only have the back windows tinted. You can't have the driver's side and the passenger side, and obviously the windshield front windows tinted. You can't have aftermarket tint on those. Let's rewind this video a little bit just to the part where they approach him with guns drawn, Corey. Because look, it is not above my head that it doesn't get past me that it could be shocking if you were pulled over in your driveway and you have officers. Let's watch this for a second. Okay. He got his gun drawn. You sitting in your car, you backed into your driveway, okay? And you got these officers with guns drawn coming at you. I understand, Corey. That could be intimidating. That can make you afraid, okay? But I want the viewers to understand why these officers have their guns drawn. For me, I would have my gun drawn because I can't see into your car. I'm telling you to roll your windows down, but you're not doing so. You're not complying, okay? That's a safety issue. I got to be ready to shoot you if you're ready to shoot me. I have to assume that you could be in that car with a weapon or a firearm pointed directly at me because I can't see inside your car. Okay.
And remember, just because you pull into your driveway does not mean you're safe from the traffic stop.
Right. It's not like home base.
Right. It's not home base. It doesn't end all. It still continues on because it's up to me where I deem it necessary to stop you. So if I allow you to get back to your house, depending on where we are, and the environment, meaning the traffic volume on the road, pedestrians, anything that would maybe an additional safety hazard. I'm gonna pull you over where I deem it safe to conduct a traffic stop. Here, this guy, for whatever reason, he followed him, and furthermore, wanted to make sure he probably had the right vehicle that he was looking for. So
Sure.
a lot of things are playing into this before the officer actually makes the official traffic stop. Now, you said a few minutes ago, Mike, about the vehicles, and a lot of these vehicles are sold from at auctions, from not from the law enforcement itself, but from we get rid of them. So either every 3 years, I think it is, or when your car reached for us 150,000 miles, you got a new vehicle. Now, then that vehicle that you used to have went to training or whatever, or they sold it. So a lot of these cars are bought from somewhere third party auctioning places, and they're supposed to strip them all down, remove the light bars, the sirens and things of that nature, all the antennas, but some things will be left on. A lot of times you see they have that little spotlight still left on there. Yeah. And sometimes it can be confusing because sometimes a lot of people don't repaint those vehicles. And they may still have
intentionally don't repaint them too,
right?
Because they want them to look like cop cars.
Yeah. So this is how we get to this point. Why this? Because the lady in the beginning, she thought that this guy possibly could be impersonating a police officer.
Yes,
and
let's not forget that. You know what I'm saying?
And this is how we get to this point here.
Right.
But like I said, they got him out the car. They got the weapons drawn on him. They tried to break his window, but it didn't work. However, he did thankfully open the door and they got him out. So my question is, they said that they arrested him for obstruction. Do you feel, based on his actions thus far, he was obstructing them? Now you got your keyboard warriors out there to probably, raise a hissy fit, but make your case.
Yeah. Not whether or not it'll be charged,
right?
But whether or not was the crime committed. And was he legally arrested for it? That's the question.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in this case, well, I obviously got my opinions, my thoughts. Okay. He wouldn't roll down the window after several commands to roll down the window. Okay. He didn't even roll down the window at all. He opened the door finally. Okay. When he realized they were banging on the window to try to break it. That's when he opened the door. And soon as he opened the door, they pulled him out and they arrested him. They put him in. They at least put him in cuffs and immediately said, "You're under arrest for obstruction."
Right. That's now the second part here is what I find very amusing. let it roll, Mike.
All right. Skip ahead a little bit. Oh, real quick. I'm sorry, Corey. We talk about how it's not unreasonable for a driver to be afraid with these officers with guns in your face. If you're afraid, it's even more important that you do what they're commanding you to do.
Yes.
They're telling you to roll your windows down. You better roll your windows down. There's a reason. Now, here's a question, Corey, and to our viewers, real quick. Okay. Is it lawful for an officer to tell you to roll your window down?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, it is. You want to check with your local law enforcement, the laws in that local state. They may or may not have a law that specifically addresses rolling your window down. However, the Supreme Court has already said officers can order you out of the vehicle if they want to. They can order you around. They can do what they need to do. during that traffic stop. So yeah, you could be arrested for obstruction of justice if you don't follow their commands. Okay.
Now I think the question, Mike, is not whether or not to roll your window or not down or not, but the question I think should be, well, how far do you think is far enough? Because I've had people that just crack it just barely, right? And it's like, hey man, come on, can you roll it down just a little bit more? And now this is good. Well, listen, man, I have to speak up louder. I have to see inside the vehicle. I can't really safely see inside the vehicle. So roll it down a little bit more. I'm gonna have you step out of the vehicle, right? And so they're, now they want to go ahead and roll it down just a little bit more,
But that's the key question. That's the key command. You saying, look, roll your window down, or I'm gonna have you step out of the vehicle. Okay,
right?
You can legally have them step out of the vehicle during this traffic stop. Okay. So that's what you're up against, folks.
Yeah, that's what you're up against. But use a little common sense. You're the citizen. All right. All right. This guy needs to make sure it's safe in here, or the female, whoever the officer is. Right. So I'm you don't have to roll it completely all the way down, but roll it down enough so that he or she can clearly see inside the interior of the vehicle to see that it is safe inside the vehicle. There's no weapons in there, no contraband or anything like that nature.
Especially if you got tinted windows.
Yeah, especially if you tinted windows, because it's got to be able to conduct their business, right? It's got to be able to get your ID. I don't want to have to stick my whole arm in because you don't want to roll your window down to get your ID, or have to, you know what I mean? I don't have to make the situation worse than it already is for you. You're already pissed off because you got stopped. Don't make the situation even worse. So and
not only that, Corey, when we were in the academy some years ago, okay, we were trained to, when you do a traffic stop and you issue someone a ticket, you don't give the ticket to them and let them sign it on their own. You maintain possession of the ticket book and reach in there and hold it for them as they signed it. We were actually trained to do that. Okay. I can't get my ticket book in there if you don't roll your window down enough. You know what I'm saying? So you need to have that window down enough so I can at least fit my ticket book in there and hold it while you're signing it. The reason why we were trained to do that, because we don't want you to take our ticket book and throw it at us or something silly. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Okay. A ticket book is heavy. Okay. So that's why we maintain possession of the ticket book while you sign it.
Yep. We were trained the same way. So instead of using the ticket book, I just got me a clipboard and used that. So all right, well, let's keep it moving.
All right. We're gonna fast forward just a little bit.
Go to when they were getting ready to put them in the car.
What did you talking about? Commands we have to give you to roll the window down. Bitch, is my car. Stand up. What's wrong with you? I don't have to help me get the fuck out. What the fuck? Stop. Knock it off. I don't have.
Okay, is this a person who's getting ready to fight or who has a propensity to fight you, Corey?
Yeah.
He's threatening. He's already threatening to whoop my ass. So yeah, I'm going to treat you and control you a lot more, okay? Because you're already making threats that you getting ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? You let me know up front that you want to fight me, okay? And that ain't happening.
Nah.
It's not a traffic stop. It is a traffic stop. We got lights on when I was in the yard.
You hear him saying it is a traffic stop.
No, fuck you did not. No, you did not. You create a safety issue.
Remember, we talked about just because you made it to your driveway don't mean it's still in a traffic stop. You still can get pulled over, okay?
Yeah.
Your driveway is not home base and make you safe. You know what I'm saying? You still can get pulled over. So get that out of your head, folks, that You can't stop me. I ain't doing nothing. No. If the officer is telling you to stop, you need to stop no matter where you are.
No, y'all created a safety. Y'all created a safety issue for y'all.
So he says they made it a safety issue for themselves.
I don't know. Yeah, here, my things up there. They're not, but we'll check them over at the car. Chad, grab that.
I don't have shit. Y'all get the fuck off me. Listen. I'm some people. I want to beat their ass so fucking bad.
More threats that you tend to be violent. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Just stop. They always want to put it in.
Definitely want to search you as much as I can because you already could use something to hurt me.
That's not gonna sit down. There's nothing in there. I was on the Edison. Give me something. They followed me all the way from Edison for no fucking reason. I'm not gonna have to put in there. There's nothing in here. Hey, Robbie, come down here and take my car keys and my phone. You heard me? Yeah, she on her way right now. Tell her taking my car keys and my phone. There ain't shit in there. And you gonna pay for my window too.
No, I'm not.
You gonna pay for that.
No, I'm not.
I can promise you that.
I already did.
Ain't shit on me. What are you doing? Y'all ain't gonna find nothing with me. I don't smoke, I don't drink. What the f*** y'all doing? No, I'm gonna look this fucking way. That's my mom. Yeah, they really scared. They finna let
They say the fruit don't fall far from the tree. We're about to see that.
No, because they pissing me the f*** off. Let me fuck go. Let me. Y'all not stronger than me. Let fuck go.
Is that really smart to say that? Y'all ain't stronger than me. Let me the F go. Okay? You already trying to fight and everything. You still trying to fight. You've been arrested with the cuffs on, and you still are threatening to fight all the time. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to get dealt with and controlled a lot more than someone who ain't so
Well, Mike,
upset.
he has a right to feel that way. They're screwing with him, right? He didn't do nothing wrong.
Right.
He
Let him tell it. That's what he'll say.
He ain't do nothing wrong. They just picked his car out of the thin blue air and say, yeah, we just gonna go and mess with this dude.
Like I say, folks, the whole purpose of this video is to show you what you should or should not do. In this case, even if you feel the officers are wrong, okay, it doesn't help you to threaten to kick their ass, threatening to fight, getting all angry and snatching and pulling away from them. That don't help your situation at all. Just go with the program, even if you don't like it, even if you think the officers are wrong. Hey, you can sue the mess out of them in court if you think they're wrong, right?
That part right there. And that's why the acronym CALM is so important. Comply, answer questions, listen, and move on. All right, yeah, you said you ain't do nothing wrong, so let it be. Let it play out the way.
Right. Let it play out in court.
It's gonna play out in court. You didn't do nothing wrong. Like I said, don't make it worse than it already is. Right? You're already pissed off because you feel like they're messing with you, right? You ain't do nothing wrong. Cool.
Hey, right. Scott, I see you.
Keep doing what complying.
Yeah, comply. Go with the program. Do what
go
you're
with the program.
Yeah.
And yeah, welcome, Scott. Glad to see you back.
Here we go. Let's keep going.
Yep.
Spread your legs. Dude, just relax. No, because y'all piss me off with that shit. Y'all always Doing people. Don't solve the real crimes.
Quiet, man.
Mom, I was already in the yard. Ain't shit on me. What the fuck do
Yeah,
y'all
we're still gonna check you, okay? Have a seat, please. Thank you. Sir, have a seat, please.
They saw it. I was already in
Sir,
the car.
have
They
a seat
saw
in
it.
the car. All the way in.
I can't sit in here.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. I've been sitting there before.
I'll speak with you, ma'am. I'm the supervisor. I'll speak with you. Ma'am, I will speak with you. Yes, it is.
Bullshitting, y'all be
Okay.
doing too much.
Okay, well, this is a traffic stop. You have to stand over there.
Right.
What's your house?
I'm
You
not
can
saying
stand over there.
this is my house. I can stand right here.
Yeah.
The traffic stops are in the road, but
That's
you're
not
on my
true.
property. You are, but you're on my property, so I can stand right here. I'm not doing anything. I can stand right here.
Ma'am, please.
I'm not interrupting your traffic stop, though.
Copy that. 4 miles. Well, one.
Team, chill out. Chill out.
Ma'am, I have to do a search with this
I'm
vehicle.
not stopping you, but I'm telling you, this is my yard. I'm gonna stand right here. Okay, I'm not moving. This is my
You're
yard.
not going to move from right there
Do
where I'm telling you
do
to.
your job.
Look how close we are to the
But I'm
car.
not stopping you.
But I can't have an
I'm
officer
not
safety.
hindering
I
you.
can't have an officer
He's
safety
right
section.
here.
Okay, see, I understand her viewpoint as the citizen who has no idea of police tactics. Okay, the reason why he wants her to stand a little bit further away is because while they're searching the car, she is way too close to them to what they're doing. It's a basic standard officer safety thing. I don't want to have my back turned towards you. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you could pull out a gun on me. I don't know if you're going to try to interrupt me while I'm searching the car. I don't know what you're going to do. So just to make things safe, I just want you to stand over here a little bit further away from the car so that these officers can safely search the car. People do stuff all the time. I ain't saying this woman is trying to do something to hurt me, but just in case, let's stand over here and I'll explain to you what's going on. Here we go.
He's right here. I'm not gonna do
you to back
anything.
up.
I'm not doing
I want you to back
anything
up.
though. Why do I have to back
I
up?
have to search this car.
Okay.
And it's not safe for me or
Okay, well, I'm gonna stand right here. So I'm not doing
going
anything.
to tell you everything.
Okay, well, talk. Tell me.
I'm not until you do it.
Okay, well, I'm
first.
doing it.
We can stand by your car. Let's be
I'm by
reasonable.
my car.
No, next to your car, right next
No,
to you.
I'm by my
We'll be
car.
reasonable right here.
I'm reasonable.
Oh,
I'm within 10 feet of the guy.
That's not a thing.
Yeah,
That's
it
not a thing.
is. It is. I'm within
Yeah,
10 feet.
I don't know what she's talking about 10 feet.
No.
Yeah, it's not a law or rule that, you know.
No.
Because people don't know how to act on a traffic stop.
I'm acting.
You're acting
I moved by my
unreasonable.
car. No, I'm not.
You're
I
acting
asked me to step back. I stepped back.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. Your son is going to jail for obstruction. He was
Okay.
pulled over in this vehicle for dark tint, refused to roll the windows
Okay,
down,
yeah.
creating a serious officer safety issue for everyone
Okay.
here. Multiple commands while the window was cracked to roll
Yeah,
those
and I
windows
told
down.
him not to roll it
He
down.
refused to do
Whoa, what did she just say?
On the booking sheet on
That's
why he's
fine.
going to jail
That's
for
fine.
obstruction.
That's
So
fine.
that's why the window was
But you
coming
guys are not going to find me. That's fine. He'll
That's
be out within a couple
we're not
hours.
trying to find
Okay, well,
anything.
go ahead.
Stop it, Mike.
No,
Yeah. So
What was it wise for her to tell her son not to roll down the window?
now you understand why it was such an officer safety issue, because
Right.
he was in there on the phone with his mom. Now we don't know what you're doing in that car. You could have been on the phone calling your crew to come save you, come rescue you. We don't
Right.
know that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the whole time, the little did these officers know, he was on the phone communicating with somebody who was telling him not to roll the windows down. That was bad advice, first of all.
Bad
and
advice.
Stupid of him to do, to get on the phone at all. He should have been listening to what the officers were commanding him to do.
Yeah. Which I mean, it's in my humble opinion, it's just shameful. If I were that parent and my son was in the car like that, hey, I'm telling you, all right, first of all, make sure you got your ID, registration vehicle is in the glove compartment where I always keep it. Go ahead and roll down all your windows and do everything the officer asks you to do. You can leave me on the phone, leave me on speaker, whatever. Last thing I'm doing things to tell my child to do something to put them in more harm.
Right.
Like, why would you tell them to do that? Don't roll it down. Well, I like you just said, Mike, I don't know, what's going on inside a car or whatever. And now I got to break your windows out.
Right.
Where you doing, okay, I get it. You probably are, because of the atmosphere now we're living in and people being afraid of the police. And this is why these things unfold sometimes the way that they do, because people aren't listening, just follow instructions. Yes, we already know there are bad officers out there. And even though you may do what the officer tells you, bad things could still happen. All right. But if that did, it's all in your favor now because they messed up. And you're doing what you were supposed to do. That's the key. You had to do what you were supposed to do. That officer is going to be held accountable. It is our hope that the officer is going to be held accountable. But that's the wrong advice to give your child in this type of situation.
Never tell your kid to do something that's against what the police are ordering them to do. If you happen to get a phone call as a parent or anybody from someone who is being pulled over by police, you tell them exactly what Corey said to do. You do everything they're commanding you to do, because I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to get shot. I don't want none of that. So I know in her mind, she was probably thinking that she was protecting her son by telling him not to roll windows down. Those windows ain't going to protect you. They're going to make it risky for the officer, which will cause the officer to bust those windows out, because I ain't going to stand here without knowing what you're doing inside the car.
And now you created a worse situation that there needs to be. And I like what Delando says. He said in the Bible, there is wise counsel and there is foolish counsel. It's obvious what kind of counsel this mom gave her son and what other bad advice she gives him. Right.
And you've been arrested now. So they have to inventory this car. They have to search this car. Okay. They may end up towing the car. Okay. They may end up taking possession of the car. If he has belongings in that car, guess what? We don't have to give them to the parent. We don't have to give them to somebody. That stuff can stay in that car. We only do that out of courtesy. Okay. If the son says, I want my mom to have my cell phone or something, I might say, okay, no problem. Because the stop is not based on your cell phone. I might let the mom take the cell phone, but I would give it to her, not the son. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to do that.
No,
okay. They don't have to do that. All right, let's keep it going.
Hey, run the car for you, Lois. Go ahead. Go ahead. I told him not to roll the window down because he told me.
You made a mistake with that.
Well, no, I didn't. No, I didn't, because he wasn't going to roll it down anyway.
Well, that's fine.
So I don't care what you put in there for.
Just stand right next to me.
Yeah, right. Why is he getting in it?
They're taking it.
I don't know. Why y'all taking his car?
It's being towed, man.
Oh, it's being towed. Oh, okay. So why are you taking his phone?
We're leaving the area because...
No, but why are you taking his phone? Give me his phone.
Man, move. We're towing the car.
I know. He just told me. I know. He told me that. I said I want his phone. Oh, you're not going to give me the phone?
Yeah. You don't get to decide to take his phone.
They won't give it to me. They said they're going to tow your car. That's fine. That'll be out today too.
It's fine, man.
Okay, well, just go ahead. They just want to tow it just because he pissed off.
He's the owner. He's the owner, man.
But you don't have to tow it every
He's
time.
the owner.
You don't. Go ahead and get out the yard, sir.
We will.
Because you're just being an asshole.
I'm not sure what you're being, though.
Yeah, I'm being an asshole.
Your words, not mine. Drive safe. Thanks, so.
Now, if it were her personal vehicle, maybe not. They probably would not have towed it.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Probably not. Jesus love you.
She's gonna go to jail, bro. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna go to jail.
What is she doing?
Now you gonna follow the police?
Right now,
She's doing too much, as my kids would say, Mike.
Off of my property, they drove my son.
You're gonna go to jail.
Oh, he is okay now.
You're gonna go to.
Folks, don't do this. You don't follow the officers as they drive away to see. They don't know what you're doing. Now you're even making it more suspicious to them because you're now following them. Okay.
Mhm.
Don't follow the officers as they drive away. If you want to go to court and fight it in court, fine. That's how it's supposed to work. But
Right.
you don't get to just follow the officers as they're driving away everywhere they go. You don't get to do that because we don't know who you are. We don't know what kind of threat you present to us as a police officer. You know what I'm saying? I just want people to think about that reasonably. I mean, you don't know.
Is she acting as a reasonable person
Right.
at this point?
Would a reasonable person do that? No.
Now, what I would do at this point, go ahead, don't worry about it. I'll meet you downtown.
Yeah,
Or
right, sure.
I'll be doing other things. I'm not gonna follow you down there. And because it's not safe. Because now, like you said, why are you following me? You're gonna, try to run into me or try to do something to get your son out of this. Why are you? That's not appropriate behavior, I would say.
No.
And she's lucky she didn't go to jail. But that's a big no. And like somebody said in the comments, I mean, this is a clear example why the son is acting the way he did in this case.
Delando made that comment, and that's a good comment. Yeah, now you see the son, he had no respect for the police, just like his mom had no respect.
No.
They were more concerned and focused about, you can't do this to me, and I'm not following your instructions. They're more focused on that than,
right.
Let me do what I need to do so that I can either clear up what you guys suspect or hear why you even stop me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They weren't concerned about that. They were only concerned about arguing and fighting with the police because they didn't agree with what the police were doing.
Right.
All right.
And
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was gonna let it roll. We
almost finished here, folks. Here we go.
They pulled my son in the traffic stop, ma'am, and then
Harry, I don't want to touch her because I have blood in my hands.
Oh, she's on the phone with 911.
off my property. They could have towed it from my yard, and I'm afraid that they're trying to plant something in it. Yes, I am. I spoke with the officer on the scene.
On Fort Myers, you can hang up.
Here to Unity Church. Please. That's against the law. You cannot do that. You could have told that vehicle from my yard. That's fine.
I towed it from your yard because I don't want to deal with a hostile environment.
Well, it wasn't
now you're bringing a hostile environment
I just
here.
came to make sure you guys don't put
I
anything
can't go
in the
talk.
car.
This thing's all recorded.
Okay,
I can't
that's
go.
fine. So you can see that I'm not.
I can't go to my job.
You can. He's right here. All I'm saying is, why did you remove the vehicle? I'm afraid you guys.
Because you're yelling and being unreasonable.
I
don't want to be subject to that. And now I'm subject to it again.
I just want to make sure you guys doesn't do anything.
That's not going to happen.
I don't know.
I'm letting you know this right now.
I don't know.
I'm just letting you know. Ready?
I don't know.
I'm just letting you know something.
How do you want me to trust you?
Here comes. When you're done talking, I'll go.
Go ahead.
I'm asking you to leave for about the 5th time. If you refuse to do so, you are going to jail for obstruction.
Can you answer me this one question?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you guys move the car researching it again when you already searched it and the guy gave the thumbs up that the car was clean, but he's searching it again?
Because I have to inventory everything in that car and put it on the tow log.
So you couldn't do that in my yard?
No, ma'am, because you're way too hostile. I don't want to subject my officers to this type of verbal abuse.
I'm going to leave.
Thank you.
I'm going to leave. But you guys will be hearing from my lawyer.
That is absolutely fine.
Okay.
That's how this process plays out.
Everything is recorded.
It is, ma'am. It is. It is. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your
This
cooperation.
is how the process plays.
That's right. Call your lawyer. Sure. That's what you're supposed to do. Not follow the cops and argue with the police right there.
Y'all couldn't pull me anywhere else. Y'all decided to throw the lights when I'm in my driveway. Like, we came from Edison. Why y'all throwing the lights then? Tell me, come over. I don't understand. I just got out of jail. Y'all always fucking with me. I don't have a record. Now I do because of y'all. There's nothing y'all because I'm pissed the fuck off. No, I don't. Sorry, I'm very pissed off. Okay, you're pissed off. You're pissed off with them. Don't get us pissed off at you. You know how that works here, right? You're cool with us, we're cool with you. And I stay out y'all's way. They tend to fuck with people. How old are you?
I don't think this is his first rodeo.
No, this ain't his first rodeo. And unfortunately, with his attitude, he will get into it with police again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just hope that everything works out for him, but he looking for trouble. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
He looking for trouble. I mean, it probably would have ended differently if he had rolled his window down in the beginning of this. And again, that's all speculation. What would have happened? Because took a different course of action. But had he rolled the windows down as he was asked to do, maybe he would have just got the ticket for the tinted windows. Uh, they
Maybe
would have checked the car out, make sure had no police
Right.
identifications and stuff on it that would give people the impression that it's an unmarked vehicle. And told him to slow down, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
And
It
that
could
would
have
have been
went
it.
that way.
That would have been it. That would have been the perfect or routine traffic stop. You complying and doing as the officer asks you to do, and it be done. But you took it to this young man took it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Now, who was right and who was wrong?
He took it to, we couldn't even get to the call for service originally. We couldn't even get to that because you got to deal with what's in front of you at the time.
At the time.
acting fool.
Right.
Okay.
And if it was the wrong car, you didn't even let them get to that point.
Nope.
What if it wasn't the car that they were looking for? All right, if it wasn't a car and you comply, hey, no harm, no foul. Hey, sorry to disrupt your day, but we just had to answer follow up for a call for service. It was a suspicious car riding around this neighborhood. Looked like the car might have been impersonating a police unmarked vehicle, and your vehicle fit that description. We ruled you out. No problem. Sorry. Have a great day. And it could have been done could have been done that way.
And you gotta
maybe not even address the tint in this instance.
You gotta understand when you want the cops to figure that stuff out on their terms, not on your terms. A lot of people don't realize that. They want the cops to figure stuff out on their own terms. You know what I'm saying? Let the cops figure it out on their terms. Okay? Because we expect the cops to do what they need to do to make sure there's nothing going on here. Okay. You want them to be able to do their due diligence and make sure nothing happens. Okay. You can't do that if you expect everything to be done on your terms. You know what I'm saying? You have to let the cops do things on their terms so they can come back and say, well, this was a vehicle or this was not the vehicle or whatever we found is what we found. You know what I'm saying? So you just remember that stuff, folks.
And I want to make another point here. So now they arrested this guy who went to jail. Now you had to go back to the original caller for the call of service and let her know that this situation has been handled. And this is another reason why in the very beginning why that officer asked this young lady for her pedigree, her name, got her information. So he can go back to her and say, hey, we got this guy, or hey, this wasn't the guy, but hey, maybe next time, if you can get a license plate, that'll work, or you get a better description of the driver, plus, make and model of the car, whatever. So it's another reason why officers will ask you for pedigrees. It has to go on the report. And that's always going to be a common practice of law enforcement is to ask you for your pedigree. Now there's no
some kind of contact information,
right? And there's no well, he never asked me. It's when they want to ask you for that information. That doesn't necessarily have to be the first thing that they ask for. But this guy, chose his own path, And this is why it's so important to follow the acronym McCall: comply, answer questions, listen, and move on. You know, his situation definitely would have turned out differently. I mean, you can.
I think
Like,
so.
oh yeah, 100%. I think his situation would turn out a whole lot different if he had just rolled down them doggone windows. This kid wouldn't be going to jail.
But he had a confrontational attitude from the beginning. You could
He
tell
did.
he had a problem with cops. No matter what they would do, he had a problem with cops. He probably would look for every roadblock he believed that he could stop them from doing what they were
Let
doing.
me ask you this though: what if he had been on the phone with his mama? Would that have probably made a difference in the stop?
Maybe he would have got out of the car sooner. Maybe he would have rolled the windows down.
He probably, I honestly think if he wasn't on the phone with his mama, he would have rolled down the windows.
Yeah.
What y'all think, viewers? You think if he wasn't on the phone with his mama, he would roll down the car windows? What do you think? Leave us a comment down below. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
And think about it, not rolling the windows down. What you think is going to happen? The cops are just going to walk away? Oh, he ain't rolling windows down.
Right.
We're not going to talk
Right,
to him.
right,
Or
right,
we can't see you. We're going to talk to you through the tinted windows. You know what I'm saying? Use your head. Use your head. We can't communicate with you through dark black tinted windows. If you don't roll the window down, even you ain't going to find out what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? So that don't make no sense not to roll the window down. Don't make no sense.
You're right. I just got Jesus love you said nope, he wouldn't roll down the window. Yeah, little faith, Jesus love you. I just had a little schmicker of faith that he probably would have rolled that window down. I mean, you see where the attitude come from. I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is. Sorry, this kid had to go to jail. I wish he would have just complied with the officer. Would have turned out a whole lot different. So, all right, y'all, we're gonna wrap this one up for tonight. Yeah, it was a good one, good topic of discussion. Please like, share, and subscribe subscribe to us. Please, if you're online right now, please hit that like button over here on YouTube and smash them heart buttons over there on Facebook for us, and get this discussion now and let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. So thank you all for watching. Again, if you got a video that you would like for us to check out and break down and get it on the show, go ahead and send it to us over at Brothas-in-law21@gmail.com. We'll definitely get it on or hit us up over on our Facebook Messenger. We'll check it out too. Delando, thank you so much for this video, man. It was a great one.
Yeah, it was a good one. Thanks, Delando.
Appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it, brother. And Mike, final word, bro.
Again, even if you're angry, always comply, because you could sue the pants off of them in court. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. Don't try to follow the cops. Don't try to argue. It does you no good arguing with the cops at the scene. Delando, Jesus loves you. Scott W. Tone, I see you guys. Appreciate you guys joining. Yep. And you guys have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. Stay safe and God bless.
Peace out.